Hello everybody, it is the Generally Good Gamer. Thank you for joining me once again. Thank you for joining Gennal on her journey through Gilneas. Let's kick off straight away. If you don't remember, last time we were in Ravenwood Keep and we picked up a lot of quests for the locals in the area, including some nobles as well. And in fact, one of those noble quests has led us to this area of Gilneas, where we need to collect 10 hollow web venom spitter silks, and the quest is for one of the nobles there, and essentially he wants us to gather the silk so that he can commission a fine garment. He cares about his look, and as he should. The only way to get respect is to dress well. There is no other way, and therefore we will get him the silk so that he can get the respect he thinks he needs. You see, I already have 4. I was testing out some, some audio things. Very boring. But in any case, I have sped us along our way. And we got a little head start going there. And I was thinking that once we've done this quest, we'll continue along the shoreline. You may have just seen over there, we have some Spikecrest Naga. We have another quest to kill some of those and collect their scales. Now, being a frost mage, I really should gather a few of these up. So that is exactly what I'll do. I will get onto our good old Tommy the Turtle. Gather up a few spiders. Gennal really isn't a fan of spiders, but it's okay. Tommy doesn't mind them. Goodness me, an issue straight away. And another. Let's just be good. I have forgotten where my ice block is. I moved a few things around. And because of that, I have this error to contend with. Let's try and very fortunate there. Gosh, this is not good. Third spider is likely to enter the mix. Oh, not quite. Okay, that's one. Who's this guy? Okay, let's try rank 1 and run a little bit. We have a full rank ready. That's okay. Not quite enough for a frostbolt. For a fire blast, rather. Wand. I think we'll be okay, although we are quite squishy. Well done, Gennal. Well done. We deserve some loot here, don't we? Yes, we do. Very good. Now, I did redo my UI, as you can clearly tell, in the intervening 9 months since my previous videos. And I learned something interesting. If I type /farm, I can increase the size of our map. I think it's quite cool. I think it's an interesting addition. I don't know what you guys think. It doesn't really change anything at all. But I think it's nice to have the ability to do this. Maybe I'll get rid of it for now, but I'll leave it there so that you guys know it's an option. Now, Tommy didn't have much success with pulling from the mount while mounted. So instead, I'm just going to simply frostbolt a few of these. Gather them together. Here we go. Okay, let's just take a few Few hits. There we are. Very nice. Okay, we should be safe. Let's just make sure the direction we're going is okay. Be aware that we are also webbed there. We have Frost Nova back up. Have a mana gem. Not a good place to be right now. We can kill one of them, slow the other one. Mana shield, I think, for the poison. Keep running. Okay. Well, we got the one. Must say, despite the fact that I don't normally like these gloomy zones, as this one is clearly an exceptionally gloomy zone, the ambiance is really good. I think that the music is fantastic, and the storyline so far, you know, it's compelling. Be interesting to see where it goes, but it definitely is compelling. Something else I know I'm missing is rank, well, an increased rank of many of my spells. Definitely didn't go to the trainer, where I haven't been recently. Watch out for the one on the left here as well. He hasn't escaped Gennal's notice. Should probably have run away a little bit there. Now, so that we're all aware, I'm planning on keeping in all of these leveling sections. I definitely did do that as well. While I was streaming, obviously. And of the videos that I used to stream... Actually, let me start that again. I've just realised that when I was recording videos before I started streaming, I actually did cut up the videos into, let's say, sections that were less sort of mob killing, It was more about the journey, handing in the quests, reading the quest lines. But for the continuance of the series, I'm very keen to keep in all those leveling sections, like this one here. I'm interested to know what you guys think as well, but this is the sort of content that actually I myself watch. When I watch other content creators, I like to see the leveling, I like to see them picking up the items, getting the quest items, as it's something I often have on in the background or when I'm falling asleep. But let me know what you think as well, because what you say may have some influence on how I do things. But it does make it much easier for me if I just leave these things in. FYI. Just 2 more, Gennal. Hang in there. These fights definitely are wearing on her. She's a non-combatant by nature. And fighting and killing lays heavily on her soul. But these are spiders, and she thinks she can make an exception for them. Spiders to give her the creeps, as it were. Let me know as well what you think of the audio. I'll probably ask in the next video as well, as I realise I'm asking quite late into this one. I played around with it a lot, and I think I found levels that I'm happy with. I twisted the knobs and pulled the dials. So I'm hoping that that it all sounds okay. I've listened to it a few times, and more than a few actually, and I'm happy with it. But I was listening to it with headphones on. Perhaps that makes some difference. You can let me know. And that's that. Fantastic. We have all the silk we need to make the Magister his regal attire. And with that attire, who knows what mad adventures he'll get up to. I just hope he is a just ruler and not some tyrant. If we get to that part, I wonder what will happen to the succession. The Greymane throne. Right, okay, so Spite Crest Incursions. Let's head down there, and we need 16 scales. Let's remind ourselves of the quest. So, this quest was for the Dockwatcher Voron. Ah, right. So he wasn't sure about us. He had a snide look, Gennal remembers, when he gave us this task. And he is saying that ever since last year, they started showing up in droves and killed a good many fishermen. So he wants revenge, basically, to thin the numbers so that we may essentially protect the folk of Ravenshire. We can do that. Actually, before we do, let's make a bit more water. Maybe we should group up for this one. Let's do that. Let's see if we can find a party member. Fantastic. Pity. Very good. We shall pull this guy. Gennal is actually quite a social individual. Her background, many of you may not know this, but Gennal did used to be a... Oh gosh, let's get this one first. Ah, we did not manage it. Gennal, you're a bit too slow. In Gennal's background, she was a model. Very long time ago in another world, another life. And in that life, she mingled lots. It was all about who you know, and so because of that, she's exceptionally good now, being a adventurous mage, picking up groups, picking up teammates. It's funny, when you do these jobs, you never know how things you learn are going to come in useful for your next career or your next job. How could Gennal have known how useful Herbalism would be in the World of Warcraft? Let's follow Pithy. He seems to have his eyes on a few more. Definitely see one of them over here. Quite far away. We can see on the map as well, we have 2 more quests. Oh gosh, there's a level 47 in there. Okay, pulled a 3rd there too. We'll move over to the paladin, so he's aware. Looks like we're both able to get the scales, which is fantastic. And makes sense, seeing as these Naga clearly have more than 1 scale each. I'm wondering if we should pull this mob as well. Definitely a few in the water. And on the shore too. Yes, we'll go and pick up those quests very soon. Oh, back at the... wonder what that is, actually. Nagas always seem to have this type of architecture. I wonder if it's maybe a sacrificial hut structure. I can imagine an altar up there. Clearly there's nothing there right now. I'm hoping that he will pull. Yes, he will. Fantastic. Good paladin. Definitely much quicker with a friend. This paladin is clearly blessed by the light and follows the light, asking us how many more do we need. A very kind soul to help us out. Pull this guy over as well. Let's do it a bit more quickly, Gennal. Just use your wand instead. We're just going to let the paladin know that we can handle one more on our own, I think. We will leave the party. And wave goodbye. A lovely encounter with another Turtle WoW player. Right, well that's great. Let's now head to Ethan Ravencroft. And another person as well who I cannot... Oh, Mother Tanya. There we are. Let's see what they have for us. Hollow Web Cemetery. Why would they be hanging out here? An incredibly unkempt, dilapidated cemetery as well. Okay, so there's someone here. Avram Duskard. The man stares at you with a look of intensity. Okay. Just having a look over here, making sure we're not missing anything. Some boxes in the shed. Rat on the ground. Okay, in we go. Avram, do you mind if we head down? He continues to stare at us. I'll take that as a yes. Wow. Okay. Ethan, how may we help? I would love to see the final version of Ur's research, but unfortunately his final books are not in our possession. We must settle for his messy, half-finished ideas and notes instead. His works may make little sense now, but perhaps Morana can see what we cannot. In the meantime, we will provide as much aid as we can to those in need, as she did for us, the Lupine Coven. Well met, my friend. You've come to join us. You have caught the spark of curiosity and must surely satiate it. I will admit, those in Ravenshire look upon us as a cult. How foolish they are to see our strength as sin, eh? I have been tasked to study blood itself, and I am curious to see if the blood of other races shares similar properties to our own. To the east lay the Interlands, a place once called home by the Witherbark trolls. From them, gather 5 vials of Witherbark blood. Return them to me. I see, blood magic. Okay. Or I suppose blood research. Anything else, Ethan? Yeah, I've been so consumed by this wretched research for far too long. Nordannar isn't making it any easier on me either. I know that we must somehow uncover the secrets of without his book. Now, how in the blazes can we even go about doing that? Last I heard, the Forsaken of the Hall claimed the book from the Silver Lane Keep. I fear it may be lost to us forevermore. However, I still have hopes. There was a girl in Shademore Inn who claimed to have escaped Gilneas City by leaping over its walls. My doubts aside, she actually sold me some useful information. It might well be that the library in Gilneas City holds a copy of the Book of I'd greatly appreciate it if you could retrieve it for me. Well, if we end up going that way, Ethan, we'll surely do so. Anything else? Mother Tanya, what have you got here? Alchemy?
Greetings.
Many see the Worgen curse as a horrible affliction, but we embrace it. We welcome it as a blessing, as it makes us stronger, faster, and longer lived. Her name is Rosenberg, and she has saved us from a dull and ordinary life. What? Enter, my child. You are welcome here amongst the restless dead. You likely know the gifts we bestow upon our followers, so I shan't speak of it further. I chose to be a Worgen, and have found much more power and knowledge in the curse than I ever did the life I left behind. Now I assist Lady Nordannar with her research, which has sadly come to a stalemate. The venom I require comes from the hollow web spiders just to the east of this cemetery. It'll be crucial for our new recruits to overcome the pain of their transition. Gather me 10 vials. That should be enough. What? Worgens. These are Worgens. And this is the Nordannar you must have spoken of. Nordannar Rosenberg. The Kirintor called a Rugel, charlatan, using cheap parlour tricks to pass for a mage. If only they could have understood his genius and mine. The so-called Worgen curse is a blessing. With a Rugel's research, we can achieve immortality, never again to fear sickness or frailty, empowered as we are with strength beyond human comprehension. We have yet to test the curse on races other than humans and dwarves, but we are not so depraved as to force it upon those unwilling. This is interesting. I didn't realise that actually the Worgen curse was... I think I have to go back to my World of Warcraft lore to understand where that curse first entered in. So is it Arugel? Arugal? Arugel? Let me know. I've always struggled. You know, one of these things where you read the words, but you don't hear it out loud. It's one of those. I think in my head I always called it Arugel, but who knows. Another one is Tanaris. I call it Tanaris, but some people call it Tanaris. One of those things. Another one is in Final Fantasy. I always called Tidus in Final Fantasy X Tidus, but it turns out that in Kingdom Hearts, the game where they have a baby Tidus, that's the only time that they say Tidus's name, and it's pronounced as such. Weird. So 2 more quests. Another one is to go and kill more spiders, gosh. And then another one is to go to Gilneas City. And then also to Hinterlands as well, which is quite a long way away, right? Well, not that far. Actually, not that far. Okay. Right, let's see how we're doing. I would actually also like to run up here to talk to Frel Rosewick and Father Oblin. So shall we do that now? I think we'll do that now. Shademore Tavern. Okay, they have a few guards on defense here. Not many, just the one. I'm certain there must be some more scattered around. They must have some more. Perhaps that's why they're recruiting more local adventurers to help out. Father Oblin. Let's talk to you first, sir. Before we do that, we should probably go say hello to the innkeeper. It's only polite. Darius Shademore, hello. You've not been here before. Can I look at your wares? We'd like to sell you a few things. Truffles, red wolf meat. Some of these things I could keep for cooking, but I won't. In fact, actually, let's keep all of these white items. We sold a few of them, but I will probably send them to the auction house eventually. So let's be wise. Sorry, Darrow, we didn't even introduce ourselves. We are... Why hello there, and welcome to Shademore Tavern. Guests are somewhat infrequent these days, but we are still happy to have you. Make yourself at home. If you need anything, come and see me. Okay, have you any quests or heard any local rumours? Aye, the foul-hide gnolls are growing to become a large problem for the region. Recently, they attacked and laid claim to Southmire Orchard, where a good friend of mine named Ernest met his end. While I still grieve for his loss, I cannot stand idle. The foul-hide will soon move to find another target to enact their rampant desire to fight, and the Shademore Tavern could be their next target. I ask of you to head to my friend's orchard to the southeast of here, and slay the gnolls that inhabit it. Bring me 14 of their armbands as proof. Yeah, we'll do that. And who's this? Maxwell, enjoying a drink? I've seen enough in my life to know what is right and what is wrong. It's my belief that the king has taken his matters much too far. I was once part of the Greymane cause. I now know the truth of the lies I was told. Ah, I see, that's why you're drinking the day away. Before we talk to you anymore, just want to very briefly turn that down very slightly. Okay. How can we help you, Maxwell? I once served as a knight of Gilneas, and during my service I saw things that wavered my loyalties. It was not until the death of my wife that I forever saw the truth. The loyalists allowed the incursion of the Worgen to punish the innocents outside the city. My wife met her end to a creature named Snarlclaw, and I was forbidden from carrying out my revenge. And now I remain here, to drink away my sorrows. Slay the beast Snarlclaw, and do what these royalists could never stomach. You'll find this beast to the northeast, hiding amongst the caves with the Bloodclaw Worgen. Right, we'll do that, Maxwell. Your wife. Anything else? Cook Harry, hello. There's occasionally a dwarf snuck behind these barrels, but not today. Not in the Shademore Tavern. Mariette, hello. Yes, perhaps we can share a story or two sometime. We will, sometime, for sure. Sometime. Father Oblin, how are you? It's hard to spread the word of the light these days, especially with such troubled minds. I'm sure such hard times will pass before long. Be positive, Father. It may seem dreary here in Gilneas, though I must assure you this was not always our reality. In times past, I spent many years studying under my master's tutelage and painting great manuscripts for the light. I spread the faith and broke bread with many a fine folk. There are a few foolish here, who would assume we went unscathed during the perilous times of the Third War. Whilst we may not have suffered directly from the plague as our northern cousins have, we did have conflict with the Scourge. You see, 2 years ago, a powerful lich named Naze the Eternal breached the wall near Aldrook Pass. Ultimately, the undead were defeated by the good soldiers of Gilneas, but our victory was paid at a terrible toll. I was lucky to escape Greyshire with my life, and others not so fortunate. I ask of you now to scour that forsaken place and recover the manuscripts that I spent my younger years painting. And while you're there, bring peace to some of the forlorn souls that still remain. A noble task, Father. We shall do that. Right, there's more for us to do, and there seems to be a Scarlet Crusade member here. Brother Elias, an emissary. I've seen one of your kin before, brother, in Stormwind Cathedral, actually. Yes, and I am here to do my part on behalf of the Scarlet Crusade. If you have the will to recover Lordaeron from the clutches of death and vile taint, speak with me, and perhaps you can be of use. Yes, we're aligned in that regard. The foul taint of undeath is the most vile and terrifying thing. The land of Gilneas some years ago was invaded by a lich who scarred the land with his evil magic. This is a tale similar to what befell my own lands. You see, the Scarlet Crusade is not an enemy. We all serve the same purpose. I ask you to prove yourself as an agent against necromancy. Apologies, I say these words so often, yet I still can't say them. Travel to Greyshire, or what is left of it. Slay the dead things there, but still walk. We shall do so. Yes, we're aligned in this task. Ah, Frel Rosewick. We've been asked to talk to you. Yes, it was Donald that sent us. Donald sent you? A wave of relief washes over the woman, who sighs out a deep exhale. Those words have brought me extreme relief. I was prepared for the worst. I told him to come with me, but he was stubborn to look after that plantation until things got unbearable. Thanks for this news, stranger. Please, take this. Thank you for the silver, Frel. A child, Odin Shademore. Must be the son. The innkeep. Right. We have places to be. We have some more spider killing to do. Gennal is not looking forward to that. Some Foulhide gnolls. And a few quests for the residents of this inn. Which we'll come to next time. Thank you very much for joining myself and joining Gennal again for another journey, another relax in Turtle WoW Gilneas. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.